Linda Sarsour, brave Muslim activist.
Unapologetically Muslim American.
Proud feminist.
Unapologetically Palestinian American.
Women's March leader. Ardent defender of women's rights. Wasn't it so great to see Sarsour vehemently defend the Muslim Saudi girl who was arrested for wearing a skirt? I mean, that has to be the ultimate example of the patriarchy oppressing women, doesn't it? And a Muslim woman at that. Sarsour must have been absolutely on fire over this. Oh look, she actually said nothing whatsoever. That's because Linda Sarsour isn't an ardent defender of women's rights at all. She's a total fraud and a complete idiot. A fact proven once again when Sarsour's Women's March wished a happy birthday to Black Lives Matter icon Assata Shakur, a convicted cop killer and fugitive who is on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list. A woman so violent she left the Black Panther Party because it wasn't violent enough, before joining the Black Liberation Army, a domestic terror group that killed 13 police officers in America. That's Linda Sarsour and the Women's March's icon. Literally a terrorist who killed a cop in cold blood. How progressive! So CNN's Jake Tapper, of all people, called out Sarsour. Shakur is a cop killer fugitive in Cuba. This ugly sentiments from Linda Sarsour. Any progressives out there condemning this? Sarsour's big comeback was to claim that Jake Tapper had joined the alt-right. Yeah, she actually said that. Linda Sarsour is so stupid, she succeeded in making a CNN reporter look good. So a Jewish guy who gets endless anti-Semitic abuse from the alt-right is now a member of the alt-right. Well done, Linda. It takes a special kind of retard to say something that fucking dumb. She even made Newsweek writer and Looney Tunes tentacle porn aficionado Kurt Eichenwald look reasonable by comparison. And if you thought that level of self-ownage wasn't bad enough, Sarsour kept digging.
At Jake Tapper, please share my ugly sentiments. Unapologetically Muslim, unapologetically Palestinian, pro-immigrant, pro-justice, shame.
So Linda wants us to tell her what she said and done that's ugly. Oh, I don't know, Linda. Maybe that time when you mocked a victim of female genital mutilation who was 5 years old when it happened and said she should have her vagina taken away. Yeah, remember that? Is that ugly enough for you? Oh, you had trouble remembering it when you got called out and then tried to deflect by shaming the guy who asked the question because he was white.
So I really want to know under what circumstances it's acceptable to say that I wish I could take their vaginas away. They don't deserve to be women. And just to give that context, that's one of your tweets off your Twitter.
So, let's give some context here because, you know, we have, this is an event organized by an Asian American, right? Let's get some context to this, what's going on here. Celebrating a community, right? Talking about communities of color who are being directly impacted at this moment. And I have a young white man in the back who is not directly impacted by any of the issues that I mentioned. Who thinks that I can. So let's clarify. A copy and paste that he got from a right-wing blog. He doesn't even know if it actually came from my Twitter account because he has a screenshot of it. He never actually went to my Twitter account to see if it's actually there, right? That never happened.
You deleted the fucking tweet. That's why it's not there.
People say stupid shit sometimes, right?
So you're saying we all say stupid shit, but then also that the tweet never happened? Yes, it happened. You deleted it, and now you're lying about it. And that's fucking ugly. I'll tell you what else is ugly. Endorsing a charity that raised money for a desecrated Jewish cemetery and then refused to hand over the money. That's ugly. Oh, and how about when you exploited a fake hate crime that the police said never happened to make money through a bogus charity? Yeah, that's pretty damn ugly, isn't it? How about when you called for jihad against Trump just weeks after a violent anti-Trump lunatic had tried to massacre Republicans?
That Allah accepts from us that as a form of jihad.
Pretty fucking ugly. Oh, but jihad isn't violent. It just means struggle. Yeah, the jihadists who have been knifing, bombing, and shooting their way through Europe for the past 2 years. No, they're not violent, are they? They're just engaged in a struggle. How about your repeated advocacy of Sharia law, the most oppressive, patriarchal, anti-woman legal and cultural system on the planet? A culture that enslaves Muslim women across the Islamic world. A culture that sanctions acid attacks, honor killings, and old men force marrying little girls. Yeah, that's pretty fucking ugly too. Is that enough ugliness for you, Linda? Do you want more? Do you want me to go on? Do you want me to talk about your ties to Hamas terrorists? Do you want me to talk about your cozy relationship with Razmia Odeh, a Palestinian terrorist who bombed an Israeli supermarket and the British consulate? Do you want me to talk about Louis Farrakhan giving you a platform? The anti-Semite who says, quote, white people deserve to die, and who lectures women about how they need to cover up. Is that ugly enough for you? Remember, Sarsour isn't just a lone figure of ridicule. Her Islamist allies came out in force to defend her. She's attracted support from the ACLU and New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. She's protected by the establishment left. And that's pretty damn ugly. Linda Sarsour, Courtney Love was right about you. You're using fake stories to generate sympathy and collect dollars under the mask of women's rights and solidarity. You're not a feminist. You're not a human rights activist. You're an Islamist. You're a vile disgrace to women and all mankind. You're a phony. You're a fraud.
You're an idiot!